Let's take a look at the best passing play in my opinion in college football 26. It is out of the gun tight Y off formation, and the play is called tight end corner. Up on the screen right now, I will show all of the playbooks where you can find this specific play. So we're going to call this play right here. We're going to first start against a cover 3 defense. Now, there are a bunch of different setups I like for this play, and I like a bunch of different plays in this formation altogether, which I have broken down on my membership, and you can get a free trial to that. Link is in the pinned comment below. But let me kind of show you a taste of like why this play is good. I want to show my short side of the field setup. So with my short side of the field, I like the running back to the short side. So you see the ball's on the right hash. So I have the running back on the right hash. Now I do have other setups where I run this with the running back going to the wide side, but this is a super easy setup that anyone can run. All you have to do is streak the B receiver. And I'm going to show you an alternate setup as well in this video, but this is simple. One hot route, you can make that even in online head-to-head with Stadium Pulse. If you only need to make one hot route, usually if you try it a few times, you can get it off. So what I like about short side is against zone defense, if they're not making adjustments, you're going to have the tight end wide open on the sideline. So in order to stop something like this, they'll have to set zone drops or do some extra coverage adjustments. But because we're on the short side, what happens is that streak, it forces the zone on that side, the deep zone. So in a cover 3, it's forcing that cornerback in the deep third to run with him because he has to respect that vertical route. And then what happens is the underneath zone in the cover 3, the curl flat, it's not going to drift that far back because they play about 10 yards and then they have to kind of rally down to any curl players. Or players in the flat, rather. Now, other things I like about this play is you have the running back on the Texas route and the X receiver on a return route, and they really complement each other very well because against zone, you can also quick pass the running back like this because the zones have to drift a little further back because we have so many routes going vertical. They're going deep, so they have to drift back to respect that, so it's an easy pitch and catch underneath. Same thing over here with the return route to X. He just gets in a nice spot, catch it, and you get up the field. Now, another thing you can do if you want to just mix it up a little bit is you can also hot route the running back to a table route. I don't do this a whole lot, but you can do it if you want to create just like a complete flood concept there on the right, because the crazy thing is against a cover 3, you can kind of hit both. You can hit this flat, get up the field for 5+ yards, and you can still hit that corner route as I've shown because the curl flat defender is just kind of in a no man's land spot. Hey, really quickly, if you're getting value out of this video, go ahead, subscribe, turn the bell icon on because I'm going to be posting daily tips like this to help you get better at the game all year long. Now, against a cover 2 defense, a lot of the same things are going to apply. You're going to be able to hit this tight end. He's going to get behind the cloud flat defender and in front of the deep half zone. Because once again, that deep zone, which is now the deep safety on the right side, he has to respect that streak. And because of that, that allows you to hit the tight end, and the tight end, it's going to get a little jumbled up right there because you kind of got 2 guys in the same area, but the tight end's going to be open. He's going to get in the perfect spot behind the corner, but in front of the safety, and if you just go for a possession catch it, get down, you'll be good. And the same thing applies for the underneath routes. You can hit them underneath just like this, get up the field for easy yards. So you don't always want to wait for a corner. In fact, I really recommend not doing that. I know a lot of people like to go deep. I'm going to be the guy that always tells you, take the quick routes if they're there. I'll take 5 yards a play because that means every couple plays, I'm still moving the chains. And as you see with these underneath routes versus zone, I mean, you're getting even more than that. If the quick routes are there, if they're not usering, you want to take those routes right away because if you wait on the deeper route, block sheds do happen and you can get hit. And also with both of these underneath routes being so good, a user can't really take both of them away. Usually they have to pick one or the other. So if they're with X, then I can quickly dump it down to RB and vice versa. And the good thing is if they shade their defense down, well, we already know that the corner route to the tight end is going to beat regular coverage. So if they're shading down, that means the tight end's just going to get open even quicker. But even with a shade down, you can still throw the running back route. It's not going to get as many yards, but usually you could hit it quick like this, and you'll still get like 4 to 5 consistently because even with the shade down, the hook zone linebackers over the middle, they don't play super aggressive. They will play a little more shallow, but the shade down is really going to be for the guys in the flats. They're going to be the most aggressive. The yellow zones will be a little bit more aggressive, but you'll still be able to fit this pass in there. Now, against man defense, this is a pretty solid play as well. First, you're going to still have the tight end. A good tight end will cook his man because he'll be on a linebacker. And then you have the running back and you have the X, which are typically pretty good man beaters. But the thing is, against man, they do kind of get to the spot on the field around the same time where you would like to throw it. So the running back is really your better option, in my opinion, because this year, the return route, the route that X is on, it can be a little hit or miss. Sometimes it's going to cook man. Other times, they're going to defend it well. So what I like to do here is if I know I'm playing someone that's using a lot of man coverage, obviously I've got other setups in my membership with this guide that's going to be better built to beat man. But if I'm just running this version of the play and I know they're running man a lot, I might just go ahead and put X on a zig route to the outside because it kind of serves a similar purpose, but this is going to be a little bit more consistent at beating man coverage. So you'll see right here, he breaks outside and look how he just leaves the corner in the dust. You catch it, you run, you pick up big yards. Now, an alternate setup for this that can really be useful as well if you have time to make more hot routes is you streak B, you streak X, and then you want to route stem the Y corner route all the way down. This gives you the ability against cover 2 and cover 3 to hit corner routes to both sides of the field because this stem down corner is going to get to a good spot on the wide side of the field, and of course, we can still hit the short side corner to the tight end. So this is a cover 3 right here, and you'll see the corner gets to a nice spot on the sideline. You can do that against cover 2 and cover 3. This is just a great setup to really take advantage of people that want to sit in zone coverage all day long. You can hit them to both sides of the field. Here we'll take a look at the setup versus a cover 2 so you can see what it looks like. It is a little bit different of a timing, so you definitely want to practice this, but you can get it over that cornerback and in front of the safety, go down with a possession catch. And now let's talk about beating things like mid blitz and cover 0 blitzes. If you're playing online, you're going to run into mid blitz probably a lot. Mid blitz really isn't that hard to beat. You just kind of know when it's coming. So if you see the mid blitz setup, now they could be in zone, they could be making adjustments, but 9 out of 10 people you play, they're just going to try to spam mid blitz. They're not going to make much adjustments to it. So one thing we can do if we know we're going against that, if they're not pressing their mid blitz, if they're playing off coverage, which most players will, because if you don't, it's too easy to just get a streak one-on-one for a touchdown. So if they're playing off coverage mid blitz, you can just put X on that little speed out, and then what you do is block the running back. The running back's going to step forward. You kind of snap the ball when he steps forward. It's really easy. This guy right here is going to cook pretty much every time. That speed out gets cooked by, or most man defenders get cooked by that little speed out there. And so, like, this type of stuff will get them out of mid blitz quick. I mean, even if they defend it well, it's like, all right, you still got a few yards. Not a big deal. But you're still going to get something out of it. So you'll see, and a lot of times, like, he just gets absolutely roasted. You possession or a rat catch it, get up the field, very easy. You have a speed out to the B receiver as well that you could hit. Just like this, possession catching on the sideline. I mean, you're getting 5 to 6 yards. Again, this is if they're playing off coverage, mid blitz, not really making adjustments, which that's how it should be for most people you go against. Again, you can just quick pass B right there. He'll get tackled right after he catches it, but it's easy money. And then even the corner route to the tight end will be a viable option a lot of the times versus mid blitz like this for a huge gain. But typically I'm looking for the quicker routes just because I want to still get the ball out quick. Because even if we're blocking mid blitz, I mean, you're still rushing 6 people. Maybe they're hovering with their user as well. So, you know what I mean? Like, they could still get block sheds and stuff like that. So I still do like to get the ball out quick. But as you saw, you can't hit the tight end. Now, if they're playing mid blitz and they're actually pressing, I mean, I would want to put X on a zig route because that's going to be a little bit better versus a press than a speed out. And then, I mean, you could streak the B receiver in that case because it's going to be better versus a press than the out route. So by doing that, you have a chance to get a one-on-one touchdown. And then you could also even go ahead, you could throw like the tight end on a zig. So you have dual zig routes and a streak if they're pressing you. I'm going to look to the streak quickly. If he gets off the press clean, I'm just lobbing it up. Otherwise, you have multiple zig routes. There's going to be a safety defending that tight end zig. He's not going to be able to defend that at all. So again, this is what the setup would look like if they're pressing. And you just have multiple zig options, which are quick hitting on opposite sides of the field. That's really all you got to do to beat mid blitz. You got to block somebody. You got to have the right routes on the field, and you can toast it. Now, like I said, I did a whole guide breaking down this play and this formation on my membership. You can get a week free trial and the link in the pinned comment below if you want to know how to implement this stuff into your offense. I know that can be a little overwhelming at times. Just knowing the play sometimes isn't enough. Sometimes you need to know exactly how to implement it and all the different setups. I got you covered. Check it out in the link below.